So I just want to explain how to set up the document that we're going to use for sort of creating a portfolio piece of our engineering design process and stuff that we'll be doing down the road. So I typed out, without any formatting or color, anything to the font, I just basic text typed out this engineering design process, which is what I'll ask my students to use. I'm going to just put some space down here. In fact, I'm going to go to the very beginning here, and I'm going to go to Insert, Page Break. So now I've got a whole page, which will be our title page. And I'm even going to do it again. So I've got another blank page. So I've got two blank pages. The first one's going to eventually become my title page. The second one's going to eventually become the table of contents, which will generate automatically. But at this point, I've got two blank pages and then this list of text right here. I'm going to highlight those steps of the engineering design process. I'm going to go to Home in my tabs up top, and we're going to do something with the style. So a lot of times kind of ignore styles when I'm working on Microsoft Word, but what I will do when I'm trying to create a large document is I will use the styles to do a couple of things. So I'm going to create these as heading 1. So if I click heading 1 with them highlighted, it changes how they look. It's also going to, if the navigation tab is open, it's going to have them here, which if this was really, really long, I could use this just to jump to those sections. Really easy. But what I can also do, now that these are all style heading 1, no matter where these are in the document, so if I have defined problem and I'm going to space that down, I don't know, something like that, just so you can see this. Rather than having to hunt down all my headings, if I right click on styles, on heading 1, and hit modify, I can change this. So if I wanted to show up darker because it's hard for me to see, I'll make it bold, I'll make it bigger, and I'll say OK. So now it changed it here, but it also changed it down here. So they're all going to change everywhere, which is going to be really nice once this gets longer if you need to change anything. What using heading 1 will also let me do is on page 2, where I said I'm going to make a table of contents, if I go to References tab, over to Table of Contents, and then click on Automatic Built-in Table 1, this is going to automatically populate it with, and put page numbers for, all of my heading 1s. So as I go and create this document, if things change, things get pushed down. So let's say Develop Solutions, I put in some pictures and it pushes down to the next page there. If I go back up to this table, if I left click on it, and then I can click on Update Table. If I hit Update Entire Table and say OK, it's going to change those page numbers to reflect that. Now there are two options here. I can update the page numbers only, which is technically all I needed to do there. But if I added other sections, I could put Update Entire Table. So anything new you add that's heading 1 or heading 2 or heading 3 will show up in this table once it's added, and if you do Update Entire Table. It doesn't happen kind of on its own, but it is a quick update that you can just do and it'll all show up there. So, and then for the title page, whatever the project is, just make sure there's a title to the project, your name, and maybe a picture that captures what it is that we're doing for this project. So for my students, this is what I'm going to have you all do, sort of to get started on this engineering design process portfolio documentation. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.